Now, I think you used to act like a bad girl-ish. Why did you decide on such a role?
Now, when I was auditioned by Philip Karanja, Abel, and Madame Amoyo, the then producer, and I did my auditions very well. And I remember we were being taken to a class, all of us, and then hapo mnaambiwa results zenyu wenye wanapata sawa, wenye wapati wanaambiwa tu hapo. So I was actually called by Abel. I remember, I will never forget. And he called me Kando and told me, you know what, Madame has really liked you. We have really liked you. And would you like to act as a bad girl or a good girl? And I was like, a good girl. So who is a good girl? I was like, a role like Tanya, because they had just left. And then a bad girl like Shish. I was like, yeah, give me that bad girl. Because
Hello, everyone, and welcome to yet another episode of the We Crew podcast. The We Crew podcast is the first and only podcast in Kenya that brings to you the world of film to your ears. Not only that, we dive deep into the dynamic, ever-evolving world of the film industry. Now, the We Crew podcast is not only a podcast, it is a movement that brings together the thinkers, the doers, the creatives, and also storytellers. So today we have a beautiful lady. Her name is Ashley Murugi. So, Ashley, I have met her on Instagram, actually DM'd her, and it's been a great pleasure that she responded and decided to come to our podcast. So she is a PR consultant. She has also been an actor for years in Tidy High, around 9 years. She as well she has worked in government, and she's a producer actually. So I'm really excited for this episode, and I would love you guys to stay tuned. Before we even jump in, I want to thank you so much for keeping tuned with me, supporting me, giving me insights on how I should improve this podcast. And I'm excited that we are having more women in film visiting us. So thank you so much for joining. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow us as we continue with this amazing, amazing program. So karibu sana, Ashley.
thank you so much, Noella.
How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine.
Nice.
I thank God that you accepted to come.
Yes.
And when I inboxed you, I really love the fact that you kept inquiring, when can we do this? How can we? What do you think about just being part of this?
Actually, what happened is I am the one who DM'd you.
You did?
Yeah, I'm the one who actually reached out.
Yeah.
When I saw that you started this thing about, talking about the behind the scenes and the technical, people who actually make these films work. I was like, whoa,
Yeah.
this is amazing. And I'm so passionate about film production. And then we met. We kept on talking. You gave me your number. We talked. And then we met at the Women in Film Awards
Yes.
on the 8th of March. And then here we are.
Yes.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think I've DM'd so many people until
Because-
hata nimesahau sijui ka ulini DM ama nili DM. And I like the fact that whenever you reach out to someone, for sure it's just taking the first step.
Yes.
You will get them. For me, I DM people who are big in the industry, and I don't feel scared.
Exactly.
They do respond.
Exactly.
So yeah, that's what I love about this space.
Noella, you have started something that I've not seen anyone do
Yeah.
ever. Like appreciating the people who are behind the scenes and the people who actually make this. Because there are many people. We have the technical, we have sound, we have the boom operators. I mean, it's a whole team to make a film. So congratulations and continue doing it. Just feel encouraged.
Thank you so much. Yes. So you have a blend of careers. You acted in Tidy High for 9 years. That's when people knew Ashley. Because yesterday I was watching one of your segments of acting, and then now I think you used to act like a bad girl-ish. Why did you decide on such a role?
Now, when I was auditioned by Philip Karanja, Abel, and Madame Amoyo, the then producer, and I did my auditions very well, and I remember we were being taken to a class, all of us, and then hapo mnaambiwa results zenyu wenye wanapata sawa, wenye wapati wanaambiwa tu hapo. So I was actually called by Abel. I remember, I will never forget. And he called me Kando and told me, you know what, Madam has really liked you. We have really liked you, and would you like to act as a bad girl or a good girl? And I was like, a good girl. So who is a good girl? I was like, a role like Tanya, because they had just left. And then a bad girl like Shish. I was like, yeah, give me that bad girl. Because that
Bad
lady,
is
Shish,
good.
really knows how to act,
Yeah.
you know? And of course, as a bad person, you're given more scripts. Me, I was looking at the Biashara part of it. Yeah, and then of course, I'm not a bad person in reality. So you always act opposite how you are. And funny thing, let me tell you, I think everyone just alinichukua na hiyo role stick. Now everyone thinks like I'm a bad chick, you know, like a spoilt brat, because my role was that spoilt brat.
Sponsor.
Coming to school, coming to school and I'm high. My mom comes to school and she's high. My grandmother comes to school and she's high. Like it was just, I always had chaos.
I know.
in high school. And let me tell you, one of the questions that you were being asked in Tahiti by the producer Amoyo was if you've ever been suspended in school. And I was like, yes. So I don't know if that was a good thing or a bad thing, because everyone who was like, anasema ali suspend your high school, got the role.
Nice.
Yeah.
I think it's being genuine also.
Yeah. And of course, I also had like pictures of how I used to act in high school. So that was my CV.
Yeah.
So I went with pictures just to show them that, yeah, this is actually proof like I was in drama festival. And they were really impressed. No one else came with pictures.
Yeah.
So those pictures also helped me.
Okay, so at that particular time, had you already started your PR and communication career, or?
No. I was in school. I was doing my diploma at a school called East African School of Media Studies. I was actually 20 years. I was like 20, 21 years, yeah. And they were looking for guys who are 21 and below. You know, because of the baby face, you have to convince the viewers that you're actually like a real student. Because people actually thought Tahiti was a real school. Even in high school, ungeenda tungeenda hizi kusalimia wanafunzi high school, they used to say, where's Tidy High? I want to go to Tidy High, like in primary school.
Yeah.
They're looking for Tidy High in that, after Mangu, Alliance, Nini, they're looking for Tidy High.
Wow.
People thought Tidy High was actually a real school because, and that's just how it was.
Yeah.
I was 20, 21.
Actually, I didn't even know idea is not a real school.
You see?
Even now,
Yeah.
there are us who think so. So, yeah, I mean, when you got to act in Tidy High,
Yeah.
I feel like that was a great achievement. Why didn't you continue doing film? Even past that, why did you think about, let me continue with media, let me go to PR and comms and do other things?
Okay. So, Tahiti High, first of all, when I got the role, I was like an extra for a year and a half. Being an extra, we were being paid 2,000 Kenya shillings. And our work was just like to walk uko kwa, kwa background. So 2,000 cannot do like a lot. So I used to take it like a side hustle. And then, of course, we started with some people, Akina Polo Gollard, now he's in the US. We were in the same class, Form 2, we were with Akina McKenna, Christine Jerry, and all those, doing amazing stuff in the industry right now. And there are people who actually left. I remember Paul left. And he was like, no, this is not my thing. I'm a professional actor, and this is really like wasting. There's so many people
Because
left.
of pay and...
Yeah, because of being like an extra for a long time.
Yes.
But remember now they have to see your resilience. They have to, they were checking so much, yeah? And after that now, of course, now I was working in the bank. I used to work in the bank, Eco Bank, for 2 years. So I was like a direct sales agent and an agency called Professional Marketing Services, but which was recruited by Eco Bank, and they had a contract for like 2 years. So I was working attached in Upper Hill, Shelter Afrique, Eco Bank, and I used to do like, now because you're sales, you can still do sales. I was still doing my classes like 3 hours per day, Monday to Friday. So I was able to maneuver my timings. You see, like the way Maju, you can be a student, you can work. So that is the same thing that I was doing. So then after that, I got now my main role. And getting your main role, of course, Tahiti is not like a Monday to Friday. You're not on set like daily. So we were doing Sato Sunday. and taking advantage when the students at Nairobi Academy closed school. That was during the holiday, when British system, midterm is like a week. And then when they close, it's like 2 months. So we used to like shoot enough episodes for that time. So yeah. So I was able to do that. But acting was not like my main thing, but it was an avenue for marketing myself and building my own brand, which is now Ashley Murugi. And with my own capacity now with my company, I started doing branding. Now after that, I went to school, Daystar, did my undergrad, PR. I was able to connect with so many clients. I've always been in business development, sales, now graduating to BD. And working with several companies. I've done, business development in power generation. I've sold generators for government. I've started departments which are now thriving. And yeah. I just wanted to do my own thing and build my own brand because, yes, you can be an actress. At the end of the day, you can have that talent, but you still have something within you. You're maybe a business person. I started doing entrepreneurship when I was like 24, 25, bought my first car when I was 25, 26. Yeah, I had to do that because what was motivating me, of course, was being having a single parent.
Yes.
And you doing your things for your staff
Yes.
because you don't want really your mom to struggle a lot, and you have your mind, hands, and your feet can do stuff. So
Yeah.
that's
I
really
love that.
Yeah.
I love that because also for me, I personally view myself as a corporate girly.
Yeah.
Yes. But apart from that, how do I do my other things and blend it to be more professional?
Correct.
So I like the fact that you have, and we have actually done the same cause. I've done PR and comms.
Yeah.
And through my career as well, I've been able to now start something that is in relation to that and get into different things, work with different people and different partners. So
We are
now talking
evolving.
about partners, you have worked also in the county government of Embu and you've worked with Cecily. Yeah.
No, I worked with the previous governor, who was Governor Wambora.
Okay.
He's the one who gave me a chance. And that time, there's a film that I wanted to do in Embu, and one of the scenes was in Embu County. And also, I used to get a lot of pain and disturbance when every time I used to go to Embu, the youth in Embu, Nikendo Shago, every time they're like, Ashley, I also want to come to Tidy High. I also want to come to Tidy High. And I'm like, yo, I'm not the producer, but let me see you skit. You do your skit. And every time you can be youth, able to do something. And oh my God, I was like, this is raw untapped talent. If this talent can actually be nurtured, this youth can actually do something for themselves. So I did a whole proposal, and I used to have that thing in Anisumbua. And I was like, the government, what can the government in Embu do? Now we are, the national government has devolved. Now we have county governments. And to be honest, government should be able to assist the youth and everybody else. And I approached him.
What was your role?
My role,
in the government?
I was the deputy director of the governor's press.
Okay.
So got that immediately. I graduated from Daystar. So yeah, so I was doing PR for him, and I also now was attached at the Ministry of Youth Empowerment and Sports, where we had the Talent Academy. And now that Talent Academy was never utilized. It was a place where mtu angefanya job alikuwa narushwa huko. But now I sat down like this and I was like, no, we need to use this. Because there's even a music studio inside there. And I was like, no, we need to use this for the creatives and the youth. And I approached him, I did my proposal, and he was like, okay, this is actually what we've been looking for. Come, join us. You're a daughter of the soil, Kuza. Wow. And I was like, okay. And I also have other people who are Embu and they're actually creatives and doing amazing stuff. So I had a list of Embus. I actually had a list of Embu producers and Embu actors and actresses, but they're not in Embu, but they're people who are actually doing amazing stuff in the industry. OJ is an amazing talent, and he's Embu. Shish. Did you know Shish from Tidy High is also Embu?
Oh.
Yeah. I had Shish. There's a lady called Api Matere who produces a lot of TV whatevers with Maisha Magic. Biti Kadhungu. Like, there are several Embus. And I had a list, and I was like, these are actually people that we can actually tap. So my aim was to bring all of them, and at least even have a program and come and empower the youth and actually do stuff. When you see me doing stuff, you'll be able to do it yourself as well. Just basically like mentorship. Yeah, and I was given the chance, and we were able to work. We worked, we worked. Of course, a bit of challenges because not many people understand or understood what we were trying to do. Because you're asking for money from the chief officer to do this, and is looking at you like, by the way, ni dawa tutanunua level 5 ama ni filamu tutafanya. So you're like, wow. So what I did, I started now looking for partners. So I was using the fact that I'm working in government, I was strategically now looking for partners from national government. Now, when you're working in Gava, it's easier to negotiate these things because you understand policy. I already have the networks. I'm working for government, so I can work with my peers. And all of us, all creatives, we are, I have friends at Kenya Film Commission, so we were able to work very well. So now, you know what? I only have like a room at the Talent Academy. You guys come and do this. Canon, partnering with Canon, we had the Miraisha program with them. So they were bringing their, cameras and actually teaching film to the students, like 30. And they used to do even exams. And after that, you start your own production. So it was amazing. And it's a lot of work with getting all these partners. But yeah, it was a good 3-year journey.
Yeah, did you have any challenges as a woman, especially in that space?
It was. First, I was a very young director. I was in my late 20s. So everyone was like, hey, how is this chick a director? And she's this young.
And we are
my
in
colleagues were
government,
like
you said, yeah.
And not only in government, but I'm in county government. County government is local. Guess the people who are there are local. You understand? So the mindset also. And I was just straight from Daystar. So I'd come with a lot of motors, like to change this. And there's actually one person who came to me and told me, don't think that you're going to change anything, eh? Yeah, don't think. And I was like, I'm not coming to change anything. I'm just coming to do my job. So there are people who don't see the positive side. They think that you're just there to whatever, because most of the people, of course, kukula. But yeah, we did what we had to do. Yeah, it was very challenging. But with the help of good mentors, coaching, and, going to school and talking to a few people, it was good.
So
I remember one day the CS, the former CS, called me in his office, and he told me, I've been sent to tell you, like, just like a father, like the governor, just like your dad, like, don't worry, just know how to work with these people. That's how it is. You're in a political office and everything. And I was like, okay, professionalism doesn't check in, but I'm like trying to register, and I'm like, okay. That really gave me a lot of motivation, because I thought maybe no one is seeing, or but yeah, so it was, everything is a challenge, but you just have to move around and see how to go about it.
For sure. Oh yeah, I was saying, so right now you see there's change in Embu County.
Well, in that docket, in the creative sector, not really, but I'm happy with what the youth are actually doing for themselves. I just wish they can continue, I hope they can get like role models in the industry, and they can participate in these awards that we are all, what I'm trying to say is, like, county governments, not only in Embu, they need to create dockets for the creatives. As much as we have like the health sector, we have this, try and get, like, let's have a film department. I like what the former governor, that was what, Machakos, Alfred Mutua. Alfred Mutua, is a creative. He's been PR, he's been in film. So he understood, when he was the governor, he understood, like, yeah, I need a film docket. And that's how, there's a whole department for film. And that's how even Machawood Festival was started. And Machakos has always been up there, If we get, like, leaders who understand what the role of film can do to a county government, can do to you as an individual, it's crazy. Let's take it seriously. Yeah. Film is a business as well, and also let people know that also the creatives are learned people. They just have a lot of talent to give out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm part of an amazing production company.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Okay.
like I support especially in sourcing for funds and all that. And one thing that I was talking to them about is now diversing. You don't have to stay in Nairobi and keep looking for opportunities here.
Correct.
Even at home, you can go back and use that. Because remember, we are going for elections very soon.
Yes.
These politicians, I feel like another strategy they can use is to actually utilize film. The way you have done with Cecily,
Yeah.
I think you can tell us the journey, especially so that probably one producer, another, they can embrace that. Because I was actually talking to them and telling them, you know, when you go to the homes and even make these politicians be part of a film, that's pure marketing.
Correct.
Yes. So maybe you can tell us, because Cecily, she won. Just tell us, how did the journey go?
Actually, the reason why I really wanted to do a film and about her is because of the way she's been resilient and with her whole journey of being an MP. And when there's a call that was done by DocuBox, they were looking for women filmmakers to follow women politicians who are campaigning at that time. And Embu happened to be one of the counties that was selected. And there are like 15 ladies who actually applied to do her film. But, you know, the DocuBox and other partners had to do a lot of interviews, different stages. And then I got the role to do her film. I really had to convince them that I'm the right person to do her story, because I understand, and being an Embu, I understand how that role is. I understand her becoming the first ever governor, a female governor in Embu, what that is. And it's because I used to work in that office. And the challenges that I was going through in that office as a young lady, I imagined now her being the governor, first ever governor. And remember, she's not married in Embu County. So that was also a very big challenge. So I needed to understand. I actually told, you know, through my lens as well, because I felt like she's doing it. She's been fought before. I'm a chezwa, na, you know, the men, and in that space, in politics. And I was like, there's something about her. There's something about her that needs to be told. And I remember even our president, there's a time he was in Embu, and he said, if I ever write a book, I'm going to write a whole chapter about Cecily.
Wow.
Yes, this lady is there's something. She's just amazing. You know, the way she does her stuff and everything. She understands the strategy, and you know, she's the UDA chair right now. You know, the main ruling party. So, I mean, and I usually tell people, and you know, she's quiet, she's demure, and she's just a leader, you know. And it's not like I'm marketing her, really. She's not even employed me, but you appreciate.
Yes.
You give whatever way it's due. And even as I was doing her story, I was learning a lot. Following her for 6 months, doing a documentary about her, the way she was campaigning, you know, the way people are cheering, the way this other opponent was behaving. I mean, I was like, nah, Bado, you're not giving up. So I was like, who am I to give up?
Yeah.
Let me continue. So she gave me morale to continue doing her story. Even at night, there's a day she didn't even sleep. There's a day we didn't sleep, all of us. We were waiting for the results. Like 2 nights, day and night, at Kangaroo School. And I'm just looking at akonja. Yani tukonja. Tunakaa hapo tunangoja. As in,
Resilience.
hey. And I was like, hey. Enyewe, these things you have to fight for yourself. Na si ati watu wake wako tu hapo, pia yeye alikuwa hapo, you know. And as you're doing that, you're also learning, because she's my elder, you know. And I was like, okay. So I told that story with a lot of passion, and also through my lens of being in that office and imagining, like, you know, where she started, through her mom's lens as well. Went to interview her mom just to find out how she was when she was a little girl. And her mom was really positive. She was like, you know, out of the other siblings, she's the one who was like always out there with the kids, you know, playing. So unaanza leadership inaanzanga kutoka ukiwa mtoto.
For sure.
Yeah. She was like a prefect in high school, in university. She used to be there. So it's a journey that people should not just think like you just woke up and decided to be one.
Yes.
You've understood the whatever. Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah. And the relationship as well. You and her grew and you understood. Yes.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. I didn't think she realized actually what this could like. I remember when we did the main premiere, she came to Nairobi. We did it at the Museum of Kenya, and it was at night. And she came, and she was the guest of honor, and she gave her speech, and I was recording her. And I remember her saying, "Ashley, let me tell you, thank you." Like she was like, "Thank you so much for pushing me, and thank you so much for pushing us," and that really meant a lot because as much as I was also following her and doing her story, tell you what, I also went through a lot of challenges doing her film because I was from the previous government. Nobody wanted, who are you? What are you doing? Unakuja kusneak ama unakuja kufanya nini? So nobody could understand that it's a film that I'm shooting. Most of the people around were thinking, I'm just coming to snoop so that now maybe I can go and tell my former boss and everything. But my contract had already ended.
Busy na camera.
Yeah. And maybe there's a job that was waiting for me in Nairobi. So, I mean, those are the challenges. Bodyguards, nani, like, it was crazy. This is a time I remember nilikuwa napiga simu na mko nadanganywa location. Nadanganywa location. Now I go to a different location, ashatoka ako kwingine. Shooting a documentary during a campaign is not easy.
It's crazy.
You need to really have. There are people who we started with and they had to leave. We were a team of 7 pairs, so we were 14 filmmakers, ladies, a producer, director, and I remember there is a particular team that was following Martha Karua. They had started and they had to stop. They stopped.
The pressure.
They stopped. Because ako Mombasa sasa. Uko na chopa ya kwenda Mombasa. Umeagree sijui hapa ndio itakuwa because you see locations change.
Yes.
And you're not being carried together with them, so you have to look for your own means to do that. So they had to drop her and they chose another politician. Yeah, to do her story, but it was a rough time.
Yeah.
But the beauty about it is the fruits are sweet now after we won awards.
Yes.
Yeah.
The WIFA last year.
Yes.
Maybe you tell us about it as well.
Yeah, so I've produced like 4 films, short films, and then now the short docu about Madame. And actually now it won me the best producer among the 7 films that were done by the ladies, which I really felt nice. I actually didn't expect like film can actually, I was just doing it for the passion that I have. And when it won me that, I was like, wow, this can actually,
Yes.
So we were also taken to the Netherlands, sponsored by the government. Things were just happening.
Yes.
And went for the Movies That Matter festival, and we were able to interact with other filmmakers all over the world, from Hollywood, South Africa, Indonesia, and just watching people's stories, just watching and getting feedback. They were able also to watch our films and give us feedback. They told us, yeah, this is where you need to improve. This is what you're supposed to do. You did this nicely. How about these shots, the angles, nini, and it was amazing. I learned a lot, and I was like, now this I need to bring it back. So yeah, it was amazing. It was amazing. Yeah,
I really loved when we went to the Women in Film Awards because now you start understanding that for sure film is not only male dominated. When you get there, you see women directors, women producers, those people who hold the boom.
correct.
Yes,
Women.
they are doing it. Yeah. Actually met a lady and she was telling me, I stand there hours holding it and I don't feel like it's a heavy thing. Why? Because it's my passion. I want to do it. Yes, and get something good out of it.
Yeah.
And I love that angle. Let's talk about your collaborations. Let's talk about how you get funding.
Yeah.
You know, there are different stages that you can tell us about to producing a film. And it takes years, it takes a long time. Tell us those stages. And especially, I would love us to look at the development stage where how do you get funding for these? Do you have like relationships with people in there? And even as a woman, how easy is it to get funding?
So, you really need to strategically position yourself, to be honest, and it comes through a lot of working in different places, interacting with people in the industry, going for these Kalasha awards. If there's anything about film, what I like about you is that you're always you've started being present in all these things. So I started now going for WIFA from the first edition. I've never missed. You know, thank God for Dr. Susan Gatimu for coming up with that. Women in Film Awards, just to appreciate women, because I don't think it take so long kupata award, and it was just Kalasha, which happens once per year, and you know it's national. But the thing is, I'm in business development, and being in business development, you're thinking as a business person in whatever field that you're in, and the beauty about it is being a business development consultant, I'm able to work. I can work in different places. I can work in power generation industry. I can work in PR. I can work in the education sector, anywhere, because I look at something and I'm like, yeah, this I can actually whatever. And you're as you're able to interact with people strategically, I'm able to know this is the solution that I can give and this is what I can get out of it. You know, so I just had to position myself, and I go for so many events. I'm always going for events. And through these events, I'm just not going for the sake of it. I am strategically positioning myself to interact with the specific people that I need to meet, you know.
Yes.
And as I'm doing that, I'm looking for partners and I'm looking for sponsors to whatever my films, you know. Yeah, so the development stage, a film has 5 stages. People think it's just from pre-production, but you need before that you need to think about the funds, where you're going to get money to do your film, because hey, producing a film is expensive. It is very expensive.
I know.
It is very, very expensive. See ati camera kushika tu na ni hivo. No. Developing that story for it to bring impact is it's a lot of money. And you know, we had now for this particular one, I did the film about Cecily is called The Force Within.
Yes.
And The Force Within. So
I've not seen that film.
It's actually not online.
Yeah.
It's going to be aired on KBC, but it's because we've been, you know, participating in different festivals with it.
Okay.
So that's why, but it's going to be online very soon.
Okay.
So we had a development partner called Media Focus on Africa. It's an NGO. So they get partners for us. The US Embassy was in it, the Canadian Embassy. We had the UN Women, you know, of course, and Kenya Film Commission. Women in Film Awards. We had DocuBox was training us, because even as we were filming, we were being trained by DocuBox. You know DocuBox, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah, you need to meet them. They're really amazing.
Judy.
Yeah, Judy Kibinge and Mudamba, you know, and the team there. And all these people were actually involved in from development to post and even distribution. So it's development. We had Media Focus on Africa, and then now you do the pre-production in terms of getting now approaching now a lady who I thought like this was my friend, Joan Kabugu. Let's work together. We've done stuff together in the industry. Now let's produce this. You're an amazing director. I'm a producer. Let's do this. Let's go to my county, you know. And of course, getting like a cinematographer was a man. And I had a personal assistant. It was a very small crew because of budgets as well. And that was, and then now the production, now that bit after pre-production, arranging ni nani utafanya kazi now, and then now you go to the field. Mnafuatana na driver, mko hapa, mna shoot camera, nini, getting all the angles of the billboards of the person. Yani it was my first ever documentary, and I appreciated DocuBox for training me, because I was like, how could I have done this? But if it was not for them. Training is also very important, you know. You might think you know everything, but no, you don't, you know. So, and then after now the production, now we had a post-production partner called APO, which was founded by the late Frankie. May God rest her soul in whatever. She passed on with her sister in Nigeria on the 26th of December. She was amazing. She was our post-production partner and took us through training and also edited our films. And then now we're in distribution, whereby now we started now going to festivals, Movies That Matter Festival in the Netherlands. We went to Kitale Film Festival. Our development partner has taken our films to our local counties where we shot them. And many other. We did the Alliance Francais. I've had discussions with the film in Rotary clubs, because I'm a Rotarian as well. Yeah, so taking advantage in small groups, friends. I've hosted friends in my house and we just watched the film. And I was like, give me feedback. Let's talk about this. What do you think about women in leadership, women in politics and everything. So such things, the impact. Yeah.
Ashley, talk of distribution. You've hosted people in your house, the way you said. You go for these events, talk about your film.
Yeah.
What other strategies should other filmmakers, women, men, get from you in terms of distribution? Now, when we look at your background in PR and communication, it's more about branding yourself. It's about how can the public get to understand you in a certain way. Tell us how better can a filmmaker market themselves, because one thing we have a problem is the distribution. Yes, how do you get your film very well interacted with, such that you're not just calling people around your circle, other filmmakers, to watch it?
Yeah.
What about the public?
Yeah, you can get like an impact producer. There are those producers that their work is just impact and their work is distribution, whereby if they get you gigs, they have their percentage that they get. So you as a producer, I might not have the strength of distribution, but I might get an impact producer and she's going to get credit or is going to get credit on that. But their work is to make sure that I'm everywhere. So I think what people don't know is that, like, you see, when you go to school and you're trained about all these things, it's easy. And also YouTube. If you can't afford schools, just, make YouTube your friend. Because what producers need to do, and they need to partner. They really need to. You can't do everything by yourself. To be honest, you can't, Noella. You have to really partner with people. You need to partner with people. Say, for example, if I'm thinking about producing a story, even currently right now, but I'm like, I don't have the money. So I have to look for a development partner who actually sees my vision. And then, kama niko na crew, I can get friends like here, Pro Studios. They might think, we want to do your story for free. Just partner. An impact producer might say, yeah, because you see, let me tell you, people need to look at film as a business. Because it's not a hobby, it's a business. And how you make money is through distribution, not pre-production, production, and post. It's through distribution. Because even unaona Netflix, akina Abel, wanalipwa through Netflix. Wakienda YouTube, unapata unaambiwa, pay 200 shillings to watch this film. That is how they're earning their money and also getting them the money back to what they used, So also the aspect of Kenyans just supporting local filmmakers and the creative sector. Ukisikia kuna film imetoka, imagine just go watch. Let us support each other. And when you support me, I support you, you'll be able to make me produce more. Because if I don't get that motivation, then I won't produce. I'll just stick with my whatever, or I'll go and work in a different sector. Yeah. But you see now, itakuwa inani itch. I'm still a creative. I need to do this. Yeah. And that's why Nigeria is doing very well. Nigeria is doing very well because, one, the government is supporting them, the creative sector, the filmmakers. Number two, they support each other. Nigerians, they support each other ile kabisa. So unapata sisi, maybe like here in Kenya, not everyone, but there are some who just fight each other for no reason. And I was just reading something today in a group that I'm in for women, Association of Filmmakers in Kenya, and one of the ladies just said, anytime you come out to talk about something negative that is happening in the industry or you want some change, you will be blacklisted. And that is the truth.
Yes.
You'll be blacklisted on set. You'll never get gigs as a production manager or a boom. As in, unaona tu mistake na unanyamaza because unaogopa kulose job. That is so sad.
So sad.
That is so sad. You know, we need to talk about these issues. If we don't talk about them, then we won't be able to change. You know? Yeah. And it was so sad. You know, in that group, we had 243 women. And you can imagine the energy, eh? And
Yeah.
you can imagine the energy and even watu kuvurugana.
Yeah.
As ladies, everyone wants to come out, you know, strongly. Ama their point wants to be heard and everything. So yeah, it's really sad. We need to talk about it. If we don't talk about it, then we won't be able to change. Then let's not blacklist each other.
Yeah. So some days ago, I was in an Uber and the lady was the one driving.
Oh, nice.
So we were talking about, I was just talking about the industry of Uber
Yeah.
and women.
Yes.
I'm asking her, how are women growing in this industry? And she was telling me she's the chairman of the women in the Uber,
chairperson.
the chair.
Yeah.
So one thing she was telling me that she cannot even, why men thrive more in Uber is because women themselves are their own enemies. They are fighting each other in the group because someone is trying to give an idea how we can improve. Can we have like a platform to share where you are, security, nini. But again, there are just wrangles in between that. So I would really encourage, by the way, like if we are friends, let's work together and build something out of it. Yeah. So anyway, about
Actually,
again,
just to add on that also, like I'll just, because I know this podcast will be watched wide and it will touch a few people, but I have to say it, like in this group of ours, like the Association of Female Filmmakers, there's a founder, there's that person who started it. There's that person who actually, you know, you always start something because of what you've gone through, you know, maybe, or what other person has gone through. So in that, when it touches you. So this lady, her name is actually, I love her so much. Her name is Aitso, and she approached me. We met at Women in Film Awards, and she was like, Ashley, I've been watching your work when you're in Embu County and doing your stuff, and I'm thinking of starting this association. We don't have representatives as female filmmakers in Kenya. So I'm starting this and I want you to be the government liaison and to bring in partners in government and all that. I was like, I'm ready.
I like that.
I am okay. You know, I'm coming up with a team and you're going to be in my board. I was like, I'm ready. I will support you heavily, but we need to be legal. And you felt like after like a whole and a half and a year and a half or something like that, she just called me one day and she was like, I'm on a mental health break. There's even a time I was not even able to walk. I just called. There's a time we prayed for an hour and a half with her and another filmmaker on WhatsApp because she was in Ghana, and all of us we prayed and we were praying, and because we could see there's a negative force that was just happening in the group, and what happened is that walimuingilia for no apparent. She had to step down. She said, I'm gonna be in the board, but as a founder, but I've stepped down as a president. I was like, what is happening here? You know, I've been going through a lot of bullying from my board members. I've been doing, and I was like, what? No, you don't do that. People need to, surely. This is someone who started this thing, had a vision. You understand? The only thing that we need to do is support her. Even if she goes astray, support her in a good way. Not everyone is perfect, but don't just push someone to the wall till you have to start therapy or you have to, you know, no one is perfect. I'm not saying that she's perfect. No one is perfect. But the thing is, being pushed at a certain level where you even have to leave the group, and that is not good. And you know, of course, the people who are there cannot do anything because that person started because of something. And the vision behind it was because of what she was going through on set, being spanked, for example. And she was not okay with that. And when she's talking to other filmmakers, and it's like, huyu na huyu ananifanyia hivi, and hawezi ambia a male because maybe the male is a director. When you start talking, you'll be blacklisted. You'll never be given a role on set. You see, no to no gopa. So she started talking to a few ladies, and actually, akakuza akarealize, kumbe, I'm not the only one who is going through this. There are many other women who are going through a lot on set, and they are not talking about it. I have to do something about it. And when I heard that, I was like, what? I think I'm privileged. I've not gone through working as boom or production manager. I mean, after acting, I started producing.
Yes.
But I'm like, is this what actually women go through on set? It is not right. Ama, you just realize maybe there's a lady who's a producer and there's another man who's a producer, ama vice versa. You guys are supposed to be earning the same, but this one is earning, the lady is earning
Lesser.
Why? You know? So this association was started by her and bringing, her friends together just for us to start talking about what you're going through. And we have a therapist, in case you have issues, we have a therapist in the group. It's just been a whole journey.
Yeah.
But I'm glad that she's coming back to her feet. She just joined the group just the other day, and I'm just praying for her, for God to give her more wisdom and the support that she really needs, because anything that I usually say, anything that you can see there's something positive that is coming, kuna kwanga tu na ule mtu mwenye atakuja tu na negativity anataka kuharibu, and that is the devil. That is the devil. Aki, sindio Noela?
For sure.
That is the devil, and you need to fight that.
Yes.
Because the devil does not like anything good. Yeah, because we really need to support
And
each other.
support each other.
As we're celebrating International Women's Month, we really need to support each other. Like that Uber lady who was telling you, unapata, they're fighting each other, and you kutaka kuonyeshana kifua. Why should I start onyeshana kifua? And I need you. There's something you're bringing on the table. There's something I'm bringing on the table. Let's collaborate and let's work together.
Yes.
Let's not fight each other.
Yes.
Yeah. So,
Wow, that has been a bunch. Yeah, but before
I
we
know
close,
they will watch this and they will
Yes.
ingililia me, but I don't
no,
care.
for sure. I
will
can say
talk.
that even in social media, if you look at, in case there's a problem a woman is facing,
Yeah.
you can just clearly see women are also not supporting the woman.
Yeah.
They're just on the other side.
And you never
That
see a
makes me
man
wonder.
not supporting a man. Have you ever
Exactly. A
realized?
man will always
Men always
support a
support each
man.
other.
Even if they're on the wrong,
Yeah.
they'll always support each
Yeah,
other.
and then now waende kando wana baby hapo kufanya poa.
Exactly. Yeah. So that keeps me like, I think I really hope that group will keep going.
I hope so.
Yeah, because
It
that
has
would be
to.
a game changer.
It is. It is a game changer. We just became legal last year. And after becoming legal is now when these fights have started. You know? And leadership wrangle.
It should actually
Now
work.
she's being told she's not the founder. She's a co-founder. Hey!
Yeah, it's crazy.
Sad. Yeah.
Now you have impacted life even down there. You are part of Rotary Club
Yes.
in Langata.
I
How
am-
is the relationship? You know?
I am a Rotarian. I've
Yes.
been a Rotarian for 7 years. Yeah, and it has been amazing. Rotary is amazing. That's why I give back, you know. And this is a global network of business leaders, community leaders who come together every week in different clubs just to, we usually have speakers, call it fellowship, and then swallowship after. If you're drinking, you drink your mocktail, your cocktail, and hang out. This is where you can find the who's and who's, because it's organized. Yeah. It started in 1905. Yes. So it's all over the world. Being a Rotarian has been amazing because it has given me so many platforms. Even as you're going for interviews and you say you are, like the way you ask, are you a Christian? Are you a Catholic? Are you what? Which church do you go to? What do you do? Are you a Rotarian? Yes. Oh, okay. So you're actually given a job because of that.
Yes.
Because they can see that you actually give back. So it has been an amazing, amazing journey being a Rotarian. Yeah.
Any challenges?
Of course, challenges are always there. Challenges are always there. Anything that there's any positive, there's always negative. Friends, for example, me being a Rotarian, I usually like my friends to join Rotary because I know what it has done to me. It has really impacted. I've been employed by a Rotarian. I've gotten biashara out of Rotarians. That's my pool of one of my networks. I've been able to showcase what I do. People have watched my film in my club, in different clubs, just being a Rotarian. And of course, challenges are there in terms of there are people who come with different intentions. Remember, we give back, yeah? And there are people who come to look for sponsors. There are people who come to look for jobs. Of course, everyone has their own intention, and it is okay. It is okay with your own intention, do you? But as long as you remember the motive behind Rotary is giving back. We've come with a clear whatever of giving back. And as you're doing that, even God himself is saying that, yo, let us reward this person with a job or a network or this and this and this. But when you start, when I usually feel bad when I'm, say for example, I have introduced many people into Rotary, not only my club, but in different clubs. And Rotary is about, I have to introduce you. I was introduced by someone who knew me very well. And if I'm introducing you, that means if anything happens, I am the one who's accountable. I am the one who knows you. But now, maybe there are people who pretend, me, the people who pretend and they just come into Rotary and they start misbehaving.
Yeah.
Or they just see you as nothing and they decide to, search. And that's what I'm saying, like, go with a clear intent of giving back, not with an intent of doing other things. Yes, you can do them, but go
The
with an
main
intent of
intent.
giving back, because
Yes.
that is what we do. We do projects of, we have done amazing projects through Rotary. Ni borehole. We have an endowment fund where we usually pay school fees for the less fortunate. And it's really fulfilling at the end of the day. Like this Saturday, we are holding an event called Sunshine Rally that happens annually. And this Sunshine Rally, we hang out with children who are PWDs at showgrounds. It's going to be at Jamhuri Showground. And you can imagine, just kids once per year coming to hang out with us. We feed them, we play with them. If they want to go to this idea, we are the ones to do it, not so now nice. They are caregivers. Yes, to appreciate that you, like, I am actually okay. Like, be humble. For you to see this, I remember the first time I went for that rally, I cried. And I remember there's a child, nilikuwa na that band ya Kenya.
Yeah.
Aliniskuma na nikatoa tu na nikampatia. It was like a way of me bonding with him, this small child, and it just makes you feel nice.
Yes.
That you're privileged and just do what you have to do. Do good, yeah.
Yeah, I love that. I love the fact that you, apart from doing what you do, you give back. You are creating an impact. And that's what I would love us to keep talking about, yeah? So, thank you.
We're done.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for being a friend to me.
Karibu
You
sana.
have given me ideas.
Oh, really?
You have incited, like, since the first time we started talking,
Yeah.
you've just been giving me ideas.
Yes.
You've been supporting me.
Yeah.
And that's actually what I really love about people who are around me. I will look for you in different things apart from now this podcast.
Okay.
Maybe you can talk more on how I can as well impact people around me.
Yes.
And yeah, I'd love that. So even before we finish, tell these people 1, 2, 3 things you'd love them to know about the work you do,
Yeah.
where they can find you,
Okay.
how they can improve themselves, especially now that I love the strategy that you're using to get to be known, in different platforms, in different ways.
To be relevant. Supported with.
So, yes,
Yeah.
you can share with them and where they can find you, and then, yeah.
So I'm Ashley Murugi, all platforms. If you want to find me, I'm always very active on Instagram and Facebook. Hizo zingine bado siko very active. Also social media management is a whole PR docket in itself. So if you want to find me, you can find me there. What was the other question?
Yeah, just give them 1, 2, 3 insights about how they can improve, especially in their marketing, distribution angle. Yeah.
Please, when you see any event, go for those events. Go for events. That has really worked. Any network, if you're a business person, join BNI, Rotary, and any other platform that you need to join in your circle. Do that. What else? What I do, of course, PR consultancy that you mentioned, business development consultancy and film. So my background is basically media, PR, and film. And that is what I want to thrive on. And that is what I want to do for the rest of my life, Yeah, so that's just basically it. Good.
Yeah.
Be good. Treat people nicely. Be humble. You never know.
Yes.
You never know.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Ashley.
Karibu, my dear.
Yeah. So, guys, thank you so much for staying tuned. Don't forget to like, follow and subscribe to our YouTube channel as we bring you amazing people in this space. I hope you've enjoyed, and yeah, have a good time. I'm your host, Noela Toyo. Bye-bye.